Orlando was picked to host the 2025 Marathon Trials. We're waiting for a while for that one. It comes out in November. The race is going to be early February 2024. So we have a little over a year to go until this race takes place. They mentioned Chattanooga was one of the other cities that bid for this race. But what do you think about Orlando getting the pick and the timing of the decision?
So I just Googled, is February a good month to visit Orlando?
What do they say?
They say winter is a great time to travel to Orlando because there's less rainfall than the summer and the weather is mild without being overly hot. You know what it kind of sounds like? It sounds
warmish marathon weather?
It sounds like sweatpants with a t-shirt weather.
Exactly. So you'll be right at home.
So I'll be right at home. The average temperature in January, February, it's in Celsius.
What is in Celsius?
23 degrees Celsius with a low of 10 degrees Celsius.
23 Celsius is 73 degrees.
So it's a little warm for marathoning.
It could get tough.
It could get tough.
You think about the last couple places where we've had the trials. Atlanta in 2020, LA 2016, Houston 2012. Warmer weather places, you can't put it in half the country or 75% of the country just because it's going to be too cold. So that eliminates a lot of places for it. So you just fingers crossed that you're going to get weather that cooperates. I'm more curious. I want to see what the course is like.
Yes.
Because 26.2 miles in Orlando or Houston, it's 26.2 miles, but there's a lot of different options as to where it can be. I do not think it's going to be in Disney World, although that would make you very excited.
That would make me extremely excited because if we had the Olympic trials, going through Epcot, going through Magic Mountain, Magic Kingdom, all the good, there's a new Tron ride coming in 2024. It'll be great. I mean, imagine getting to sit there, getting off the Frozen ride, and then you see, Alfie and Tulamuk make a move.
Make a big pass. Yeah, exactly.
At the 20K mark. That's like the best experience ever.
Do you have any, have you been?
To Orlando?
To Disney World?
I have when I was a kid.
Okay. And haven't been back since?
I want to go back. And I've been planning to go back to Disney World since 2016.
Hasn't happened.
And it hasn't happened yet.
And you've never been to Disneyland either.
Yeah.
Correct? So only one visit in your entire life, and it was when you were really young.
I am going to find a way to parlay my job of covering the Olympic trials to, going down a log flume. Yeah. That's 100% what I'm going to be doing.
One has a lot to do with
the other. We should do a podcast from each park.
Okay.
And we talk about
that's fine. I'm in.
The races.
What do you think about, do you think, obviously this announcement was delayed.
Yeah.
And there was basically radio silence from USATF on this. Do you think that's ultimately going to have any impact on the race itself, or is this enough time?
Yeah, this is more than enough time. I mean, people aren't thinking about this race. They're thinking about the spring marathon, and if they're skipping that one, they're thinking about 2023 fall. So,
but 2023 fall runs right
true, but they knew
back end of this.
There's nothing weird about the date. The date is correct. The date is around when people thought it was going to be. So they just have to. They weren't planning on booking their.
You're right.
Their airline this early out. Anyway.
It would have been worse if they said, surprise, it's December 1st, 2023.
Yes, that would have been more
of that year in New York ahead of 2008. Or it's going to be super duper late that year.
Yeah.
It's at a time that we're accustomed to. It's in a place that many people were thinking about. It's probably going to be 4, 5, 6 mile loop that they do several times. I'm guessing it's going to be somewhat flat. There's not a ton of hills in Orlando. I'm sure they can find some hills if they want them. Atlanta. It was chilly, it was windy, and that course was set up to be hilly. I think that ultimately had an impact. So I think the bigger moment in prep for the trials is going to be the day they announce what the course looks like.
Yeah.
As opposed to where the race is.
Is there a marathon in Orlando that's not the Disney World Marathon?
Well, the race directors that are running this race, that headed up this bid, are from the Disney race.
Because I don't think they have a typical city marathon that goes through their downtown. I think it's all normally. I guess they do have a half marathon. Looking at this, so they do a half marathon. So it might be similar to that type of course.
Yeah.
See some photos of a marathon on the actual streets, not in a Disney park.
But listen, I think there's a template for how these races go. We've seen it. They want to make it multiple loops. They want to make it spectator friendly. They want to make it TV friendly. So even if you had an existing course there, I don't think you're going to use it. And it is, you joked about the Disney thing, but it is like a bummer that couldn't happen because of sponsorship stuff. Because that would be like a fun little
That would be
thing.
cool.
Yeah. Just like, all right, this year, screw it. We're going to just like weave in and out. Because the field is small enough, you could take it off of a traditional road and put it in some unconventional spots. But they're not going to do it. But I'm interested just because we were talking about New York and how it leads into some predictions that we've had for the trials.
Would there be any signs of, like, will there be a Mickey Mouse that, like, fires the gun?
I don't think so.
It just can't be connected to
Sponsor
sponsors.
stuff is tough.
I guess ABC is Disney and it's NBC.
is Universal.
But Universal Park.
All right.
So we could have Jimmy Fallon there. Let's get Jimmy Fallon on
That's
the
who you jumped
course.
to the first time was Jimmy Fallon?
NBC. He's the host of the Tonight Show.
Would you agree there's a lot of celebrities in LA?
Yeah.
I was at that race. I don't remember seeing any of them at LA Live for the start.
Yeah,
so
but
I think
like,
we need to damp down our expectations.
It's about, Universal, Comcast, the whole.
Gotcha.
They're building a new. Did you know they're building a new Universal park?
In Orlando?
It's called Epic Universe.
Okay. Will that be open in time?
It opens in 2025.
Oh, so you'll have to just do a post-mortem on the race where you go back, do more research.
There's going to be a Nintendo land there.
Oh, that's cool.
There's going to be a Mario Kart ride and stuff like that.
Oh,
Donkey Kong. And maybe even get to see a marathon or two.
Okay. All right. Love it. Love it.